I didn't have abs in the past and it was only a dream to have it. And now I don't have like the best abs, I don't have like the most defined, crazy 6-pack, 8-pack abs, but it's still way better than what I had. I'm scrolling on Instagram, mouth breathing, scrolling, fitness influencers after fitness influencers, and I notice I'm feeling a bit of agitation. Perhaps it's envy or shame that I don't look like that. Every morning when I look in the mirror, I can't help but to feel shame and disgust of how I look. There's two things that you need to know that will eventually get you the 6-pack like mine. Before I tell you the two things, I want to debunk a myth that you might believe. You might have heard of this saying, abs are made in the kitchen. So what that means is like, as long as you're eating clean and you are on a low body fat, you will see your abs. But the truth is, abs are kind of like a muscle group. So you still have to train them if you want to see them. If you have small arms, you can't expect to just lean down and cut down on your body fat to have big arms, right? It's kind of the same for abs. If you look at marathon runners, do they have very nice defined abs? They're quite lean, right? Like we can all agree that they are quite lean, maybe perhaps even single digit body fat. But do they have abs? So with that, get rid of that belief. If you only focus on your diet, then your abs will show. Because that's not true at all. The first thing is your training. So for your training, I want you to add in compound lifts in every workout of yours, as well as doing ab exercises at the end of your workout. So why do you do that is because when you do compound exercises, you use your core a lot. So when you use them, you're actually like building them up. And this is what I noticed for myself. My core was actually built from doing compound exercises. When you do squats and then you feel like your core like tensing up and everything, that's when you actually grow your core. After a long period of time, you will start to develop pretty strong abs, and of course when they're strong means they will show. And as for the ab workout, I want you to target your lower abs. So for us, usually like the top 2 and top 4 abs are pretty well built, but the only part that is lacking is usually like the bottom part, so the part that creates like the V line. If you can do workouts that target that, like the knee raises or lying knee raise, leg raise, you actually build a pretty nice like looking core, like you have the V line and everything. So I want you to ditch the sit-ups, stop doing like sit-ups or ab workouts that target like the top part of your abs. Instead, try to do exercises that target the bottom. I'll link a free workout template you can follow in the description. You will see abs because it follows like having a compound movement every workout as well as training your abs. And the second thing is your diet. For your diet, I want you to keep it simple and sustainable. This might be controversial, but eat whatever the fuck you want. As long as you're in the deficit or a surplus, whichever your goal is, eat whatever you want except for sugar. Sugar foods like cakes, gummies, ice cream, I want you to avoid that completely because sugar is actually very harmful to your body. And if you want the bro science of it, don't really absorb sugar that well in your body. As you know, carbs, protein, fats, right? Your body actually absorbs it and then use it as energy. But for sugar, it has nowhere to store it. So you can see how like if you overdose on it, you actually see a lot of harmful effects. And what does it store it as? It stores it as fat, added fat. So if you want a six-pack, it's actually not in your best interest to intake added sugar. And of course, you still can take sugar like fruits, natural sugars and everything, but for added sugar, it's your best interest to avoid it completely. I know it's hard because it's addictive and everything, so if you can just try to cut down, acknowledge that it's sacrificing the six-pack that you want, alright? So I know sugar tastes good, it's pleasurable and everything, but is it worth the six-pack that you want? Is it worth the future body, the lean, attractive body that you want? Because if your goal is to attract girls, be attractive, have more confidence, you're sacrificing all of those benefits just for 5 seconds of pleasurable taste every single day. Now that I say it out, it sounds kind of stupid, right? They're sacrificing love, intimacy, things that guys need in their life just for pleasure. 5-10 seconds of pleasure. Maybe if you eat a sweet, that's like 5 minutes. You know what is right and what is wrong. If you want like the full scientific like research and explanation, I'll link a video. It's called Fat Chance 2.0. It basically talks about sugar and how it's harmful for the body in detail. So if you don't trust me, you can just take a look at the video and you will see how harmful it is. And usually you will see your abs around 10 to 12% body fat. So if you're higher than that right now and you really want to see abs, I suggest you to cut down and then you will see it as long as you're following like the compound movement tips and everything. Just to summarize everything, lean bulk if you are skinny or skinny fat, and cut if you are obese or fat. Click the links in the description, add your compound movements, just follow the workout template that I gave. Cut down sugar because it's very harmful to your health as well as how you look and the dream body that you want. If you follow everything that I preached so far and you actually took action, your life will change forever. I never want you to feel skinny and low confidence ever again in your life. And if you are taking action on this, I respect you for that. I understand that the way that we get treated when we are not so confident. It's not very nice. People don't respect you. You're not treated as seriously. And now that I have achieved what I wanted to achieve when I was younger, which is the aesthetic body and to look good, I can say that it's a night and day difference. I really want that for you, but ultimately it's you that needs to take action. The body, the love and intimacy that you want, the confidence, everything is just waiting at the other side of the wall, and you just have to take action. You can DM me the word body on Instagram if you need more personal help. Thanks for watching.